Bye.
Hi, friends. Thanks for waiting.
Oh yeah, I'm wandering. 1 second.
You-
Shannon, say things.
I'm saying things. I've been saying
Oh,
things.
they can hear you. They can hear you.
Excellent. Oh, and now it showed up. It showed up. It showed up on Stream Elements.
Yeah,
Why doesn't it do that in the pre-show?
Mine does that sometimes, where
It's
it
so
freezes
weird.
up on the pre-show, and then you go
Yeah.
live, and it's all
It's
fine.
very weird.
Where's my Sass mini? I'm gonna paint Sass
You're
while
gonna
we're
paint
talking.
Sass? Okay.
Yeah. Where is she?
Did you fucking lose her?
I have her tentacle. Did you notice I rearranged my room?
I was just, you know, Sean, before we started talking and losing track of everything, I was going to ask you if you rearranged, because you're not sitting by the curtain anymore. Are you by the door?
I'm on the wall next to the door.
Yeah. Why?
And I've started because my room was too cluttered and I needed to make space and figure it out. I threw out 2.5 garbage bags of stuff.
Wow. I'm so proud of you.
Got everything against the wall on one side.
Mm-hmm.
I got the big rack for my terrain over here.
Is the closet over there? Is that
Closet's
the closet?
over there.
Yep.
That's the closet door there.
Yep.
I arranged some of my dwarven forge better.
Oh.
As well.
Look at you. You've been a busy bee. When'd you do all that?
Yeah. Saturday during the day.
Nice.
Well, I got a Christmas tree.
A real one?
With my fam. I always get a real tree.
Oh.
I will never get a fake tree for the rest of my life unless there's a reason for it. Like someone in my household is deathly allergic to pine.
That's why we have a fake tree.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who's allergic to pine?
What do you think?
The allergic man.
Yes.
He's allergic to Christmas trees?
Yeah, which is
what
really...
a cursed existence
he used to sell Christmas trees too.
I know he did, and he was good at it.
And he loved it. But he was
When did that happen? Was it always?
Yeah, it was always a thing.
Wow. Yeah. What a champion of like enduring so many things that he easily doesn't have to.
That's my man. Yep. That is my man.
I had a lot of fun playing Baldur's Gate with him last night.
Yeah? Is that what you guys were doing? I went to bed so early.
Yeah, we had a blast. We had a blast.
Yay. He's been deep into, pun unintended, deep sea, what's it called?
Dan the Diver.
Dave the Diver.
Dave, yeah, because we talked about that too.
Yes, he's been playing that nonstop.
We talked a lot about video games.
That's great.
We talked about Cyberpunk a little.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, that was immediate sidetrack.
That's fine. Tell me more about your week, Sean.
Siberian, the feng shui has improved. The energy of the room is actually significantly better, especially my last setup. My desk was in the middle of the room.
Oh, ew.
I was trying to create an office vibe.
The background looked really good, though. Like the
background did look really good.
Great.
This background looks great with my mirrorless camera because it's really deep, so that it gets a really nice like out of focus look. It's not as good on the webcam, but everything else about the room is significantly better, though. The vibe is better. It's more comfortable.
No,
I mean,
don't
like,
put that in the universe, Siberian.
What do you say? Like, look at how comfortable this looks with just my mood light right there.
Yeah, whereas I'm a fucking ghost, and I don't know.
And even with just one light on, I'm like, this is nice and cozy. I need a little bit of pops of color in the back. So I need to get some Christmas lights up.
Your laptop also needs to not be there. That's very distracting.
Problem is it's kind of the only spot for it. Yeah. No, I can push it deeper into the desk.
You could also like maybe 45 the screen.
Yeah, well the thing is unlike last campaign, I don't have to do anything with the laptop. Yeah. It just has to be on.
Yeah.
So I could just put it somewhere to be less noticeable. Yeah. The nice thing is my battle map is right here.
Ah, perfect.
So
you can just
I'm gonna be a little cozy with the camera.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to be careful not to bang it with my chair.
Yeah.
But I'm not even gonna have to like for the most part I might even have to get out of my chair.
That's awesome.
I may a little bit for the deeper parts, but generally speaking, I think I have found the arrangement since I've moved this room like
so
7 times.
So many times.
And it's so spacious right now too.
But yeah, so much room.
Right, and it's very comfortable.
Good.
This is the only wall I've never tried, and it just so happens to be the most comfortable one.
It's the wall, because that's where your shelves were before, right?
It's where the
wire shelf.
The wire shelf was in the corner right here, and where the desk is right now is where the black bookcase.
Yeah.
The horizontal bookcase was.
Where's
that had like my 3. That is over in that corner.
Oh yeah, I see.
Where the light is.
Yep.
And the 3D printers are on it.
Okay.
Which I've been working on too. The 3D printer has actually started to work again.
Good.
I've made some.
Did you find Sass?
Oh, that's what we were doing.
Is she on the battle map? Because that's the last place she was, I think. There she is.
Where she was.
Look at that.
Yes.
There she
Saskia.
is. My chaos pirate lover.
All right. How was your week?
It was
Seventh
good.
time's the charms.
Yeah.
That's right, Steph.
So my week was actually interesting because so we got back from PAX on Sunday, and then I had 2 surprise days off because COVID was running rampant through my school. My school's tiny, so we had like 7 or 8 teachers out, so we couldn't, and tons of kids too were sick. So they were closed Monday, Tuesday for deep cleaning. And then we came back with a skeleton crew Wednesday, Thursday,
Well, that's
Friday.
good they did that, though. Like, they actually did a full deep cleaning.
Yeah. And then, so then I went back Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It was very quiet. I had, like, a third of the amount of kids I usually do. And it was just exhausting trying to pivot so much.
Yeah.
But we did it, and the kids were great, and it was fine. And then my dad came and visited this weekend because we're staying down here for Christmas. So he came down and we did a little Christmas thing with him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was good. Milo is finally feeling better. So, like, we were able to go to gym
good.
class and go to swim lessons. He got a haircut today. He looks so dapper. This is his 3rd haircut. He's 1
Ever?
and has had 3 haircuts.
Wow, what a champ.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's got that's a lot.
Is that a lot? I don't know.
Yes, Sean, that's a lot of haircuts for a baby.
I couldn't tell by your tone if it was a lot or not enough.
Yeah, no, it was a lot. Because a lot of babies don't have the amount of hair that he has, but he was blessed with
He is hairy.
my luscious locks. So he's had.
I love how the way I said that.
He's
like you.
He's like, I knew exactly what you meant, but in my mind now I'm picturing a tiny little Sasquatch. Oh man.
That's exciting.
Yeah. So that was
PAX
good.
was fun.
PAX was so fun.
We
It was
didn't
great.
get to because of PAX. We didn't get to have the power hour last week.
Or a regular stream last week.
Or a regular stream.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because we were busy networking and playing 10 candles and catching
It was
up with
so much
people.
fun.
It was a lot of fun. Yes.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We talked to some folks over at Aldhalor Games, so there's a chance we might be running a cyberpunk show at some point.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that. Sean and I haven't had a formal business meeting about it, but it is in the works.
Yeah.
Great. I'm very excited.
Yeah. I started reading through the book so that I actually know how to run the game.
Great.
And we hung out with some other people. We met a lot of cool folks, exchanged some business cards. Saw some really great friends like Nick from Scry Society and Patch, Star Shinobi, Luna, Waffles Maple Syrup, Duval, just the classics. And we had a really lovely game of 10 Candles.
Yes. It was great. Took place in our office building on a holiday party.
Very pleased that you got to play this year, Shannon, because I know you've been too tired in the previous years. We started too late, but we started on time this time, and you were great.
Thank you. I appreciate
like
that.
you did a great job. Your truth contributions were really good.
Thanks.
Really solid.
Sean, thank you for saying that, because the first time we played 10 Candles, I really struggled with that concept. I did not understand it. But for some reason it clicked this time.
Well, I think we did a proper walkthrough of how to play this time. I think they did that. Syrup gave a really good breakdown of how the game actually works. Because there's even kind of stuff that I was like, oh, okay, that's how that works.
Yeah. The truths, and then even the recording of the voicemails. I don't know. It just made more sense this time around.
Well, I think we had a more professional's not the right word. Organized start to the game.
That's true.
Where
in the past, we were just so excited to see each other.
Exactly. The first year, none of us had played before, really, so we were just kind of going for it.
It was still a blast.
Oh yeah, second year you weren't there, but the second year was more chaotic because there was a lot of more people who didn't know how to play, and we started really late. So I was appreciative that Syrup was like, no, we need to follow a schedule this time and start at 9.
Which was really helpful because we were able to get it done in like 3.5 hours or so.
It was perfect.
It was perfect. It was so much fun. Loved it.
Yeah. So PAX was fun. I got to play D&D today with Stefan.
Fun.
It was fun.
Yay.
It was fun. Really, really fun time. We got to fight some baddies.
Always a good time.
I killed an angel, but a bad angel.
The way you said that. Killed an angel.
I did. Well, I didn't get the killing blow on the angel. I got the killing blow on the paladin-like character who had angel wings. Someone else got the angel. But it was fun. And now we're here. Good and bad are relative. Yeah, Steph, I think that guy was bad. Or he seemed bad to me.
You're getting the vibes.
I could easily have been the bad guy from his perspective. In fact, I was the bad guy from his perspective. That's how morality works. Anyway. Shannon.
Yes, Sean. Whatever helps Uba sleep at night.
Uba sleeps like a baby, but only if he's bunking with his best friend Dirk, who's
Uba and Dirk. That's
Uba and Dirk, the best pair in all of Secundus.
Just those names seem like such a classic duo. I don't know.
We're pretty awesome. Speaking of moral relativism, what happened 2 weeks ago, Shannon?
Your guess is as good as mine, man. Was 39 was 2 weeks ago, right?
Yes.
What am I
was
remembering?
It 39?
That's the last thing I have notes for. I think it was 39.
No, it is. It is 39, yeah.
My notebook's falling apart.
No, it was 38.
No.
Nope, you're right. It was 39.
The last notes I have in my notebook are 39. So,
you're correct.
Okay.
You're correct.
Thank you. Great.
So yes. What I was saying is we've done away with the grading system. So,
yeah, because I'm always A+ worthy, right, Sean? That's why we got.
Well, that's sure. But let's not backslide into not taking notes now that there's not a official system.
No, I won't. I have a.
That's not me saying you aren't taking notes.
That's what it felt like.
That's me saying, Shannon, I require this. It's the only way I can write the recap for tomorrow.
Do you have a recap for 38?
I do actually.
Good. All right.
Well, 38. Yeah, I read it 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
Because we didn't play this week, Shannon.
That's what, Sean. When we don't play, I'm all thrown off. My schedule is just off. I live my days. I plan my days.
You plan. Yeah, plan. You plan your life around Paradise.
Yes, I do. Very much so.
Which we all really do. When you play a weekly D&D game that you stream, you kind of do.
You have to.
Well, you don't really have to because it's weekly at the same exact time every week. So you don't because it's the same always. It's not if we were planning around it would be as if it was a very. Do you imagine if it was on a random day every week and I just like message you all in the morning like it's the day.
It's time.
Get on at 6:30 or your character dies.
What I'm saying, Sean, is that I didn't have the touch point of it last week. So
yes,
I was all
there you
thrown
go.
off.
Same.
Yeah. But I'm glad that you did because you needed the rest.
I desperately needed it, yes.
And now that you have it...
Stefan told me he was disappointed. Not mad at me, but disappointed earlier.
That's worse. Oh, you should have yelled. Yes, Steph, our lives do revolve around D&D. That's so true.
Shannon, before you get started, what color is this cloak going to be? Purple?
Well, that was my first thought, but she's got like she wears like the
Oh, you're right. She has a normal coat.
It's
like her
brown dirty trench coat.
Yes.
Yeah, there needs to be purple on there somewhere. Does it have a headscarf? Well, yeah.
It does not.
Okay. Does it have a sash? Is there something you can put the purple on?
There is. Yes. Your boots are purple, aren't they?
Are they?
In the art?
I don't know. No, they might have purple.
Puke green. I'm gonna have Stefan source the colors for this, and Sass is gonna look like.
Okay. No, that's okay. I veto.
I mean, granted, that's like what Sass is
creator. No.
Yeah, but also like Sass falls in a lot of mud and shit. So
she does. She does.
Sass is frequently caked in mud.
Yep,
and rarely gets to shower.
And well, she has opportunities.
Oh no, she's saltwater.
Not to. She does.
She's a saltwater bather.
Bather.
Bather. Yep, I said it, and I'm sticking to it. All right, I have Sass's art up right now.
Awesome.
She's got like indigo boots, a dark indigo. Yeah. Really. There's actually a lot less purple than I thought on her. It's just there's a purple vibe to her. Yeah. There's a purple hue to her skin actually. Yeah. Or a highlight, like sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her eyes.
Oh, the feather's purple in the hat.
Too. Or is it blue?
It's blue.
Is it blue?
She's purple eyeshadow on.
Okay. Well, that must.
And her scarf is purple striped with white.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I thought there was a lot more purple, though.
I think we just.
Her dirty trench coat does have a almost like
purple
hue to the dark brown. I also realized in the art there's no sleeves on it.
Yeah, no, and that's how I designed it. It's like Avantica's coat.
I like it. Well, of course, we don't have perfect minis.
Of course.
So we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I trust you implicitly.
All right. Well, Shannon, on the topic of trust, what happened at the start of last week's episode?
So 2 weeks ago, Sean.
Or 2 weeks, thank you.
2 weeks ago, we were at, don't tell me, the Hero's Scroll? Is that what it's called?
You got it.
Yeah, good for me. The Hero's Scroll. We were meeting Fiora Bendega there for dinner. She was going to chat with us about a means of getting into the mines so that we could potentially parlay with the Aradunai that are in there. She knows them and has a connection with them. So in the previous session in 38, Jacquette and Fiern had talked with her and invited her to dinner, or she told them to meet her there. I don't remember which one it was, but
she told them to meet her there for dinner.
So we're at the Hero's Scroll. There is a little performer named Quibble the Jester who's there and just walking. I think you described it as medieval times, like today's medieval times. And it was Saskia's quote birthday, unquote. And she was leaning real hard into it, and Jacquette was like, how do you know if it's your birthday? And she's like, how do you know it's not? And so they went back and forth about that for a little bit. But when Fiora arrives, she tells us about the rumors that she's heard about us and the governor. That was her opening piece. Yes. And Septimus was like, we're not puppets. Like, we're not working for him, but we're not non-sympathetic to his vision. And Fiora,
and then she's
like, I hope so. Only time will tell.
Yeah, she was like, the puppet rarely knows when the strings are pulling its limbs.
Yep.
It was something along those lines was what I said in the moment, thinking it was really cool.
It was really cool. It was really cool. And so what she knows, I just have lots of arrows of what she knows.
This boot looks a little too blue.
Yes, that's way too blue.
In person, it's less blue, but
on screen that's a little bit too blue. Add some brown in there, or black. I don't know. What's your process?
What?
I don't know.
Add brown
to make it darker. The boot darker, right?
And to be blue, but it needs to be less blue. It needs to be purpler.
So you're adding purple.
adding red.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. That's how colors work.
No, I'm adding a slightly violet red, and then, yeah.
Cool.
Let's see how that goes.
So here's what Fiora knows. The artifact that has been discovered in the mine that everybody's squabbling over has an oppressive presence on those around it. And when you first described it, it made me think of the elemental sickness from Billowgrass. And we are speculating that there's some sort of elemental presence there, so that might not be too far-fetched of a theory. I don't know if this is she's asking or saying that my note says promise Aradunai assurances on where the artifact will go. I think that was her saying if you can promise them assurances on where it will go, they'll give it to you.
I think she was saying they'd be more like open to letting go of it if you can somehow assure them it won't end up in the hands of certain people. Which I think is where...
Which is the next...
And we haven't gotten to yet. Well, go ahead.
The next note I have is that she doesn't think it should be in the hands of the governor.
Yes.
And then she talks a little bit about Altair, who seems to be the leader of the Aradunai that are down there. She describes him as a conniving individual who's very quick to anger, and he doesn't always agree with her. But
yes.
They have, I guess, what you could call a professional relationship.
Yeah.
She talks more about the groups in the mines. The group of the mines, they're very radical. They're not in good standing with the Aradunai themselves, and they are pro-elemental captivity.
No, anti.
They're anti.
Hardcore anti.
Anti. All right. I was going to say that didn't make sense. Anti. I'll change that.
I mean, all of the Aradunai are, but they are particularly,
particularly
destructive. Radical. More on the... It's like where the Aradunai are on the side of, the elements and people should be able to live in harmony. They're like, people suck. Elementals won't be free until we kill a lot of people.
Got it. Septimus then asks Fiora to ask the mine group, the group of the mine, for a parley, which she says she should be able to do. And she also offers that she could potentially take the artifact from us and make sure that it's safe until we know what to do with it.
Yes.
Ultimately, it's decided that we are going to work with her. We agree to work with her. And she goes off, or actually she sends her runner. Give me a second. It's not... Is it Marion? Or does Marion...
It is. It is Marion.
Who works for the
other guy?
There's two of them. There's Marion.
There is.
And there's...
It's in my book. My notebook.
I have it.
Not in front of me.
I have it somewhere.
The name's on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, mine too. It's Marion and...
Don't worry, Steph will get it.
Yep. Alden.
Right.
Alden. It is right. It's right here. It's in my notes. Anyway, Fiora will send Marion to request this parley, and Marion will get back to us. After that conversation, Fiora says, I'm gonna go perform. And Jacquette's like, oh, can I be your opener? And he does a wonderful roast of Nathaniel. It was so good. Nathaniel is the town meanie.
The town meanie.
The town meanie, yes. Really grumpy meanie.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good... Yeah, I mean, that's basically what your interaction with him has been.
Right? And, hold on. I think I have... Do I have more of that? More about him?
You didn't learn that much about him.
Okay. We just kind of, ran into him, right? As we were walking.
Yeah, he was One of you, I think it was Fearn, went up to like be like, "Greetings, we are adventurers."
Yep.
Or no, it was Jacquette was introducing the party.
And he was like,
to him,
fuck
and he
off.
was like, "Hey man, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to get coffee."
Yeah.
Before work, basically.
Yeah.
Which I think is actually not 100% unreasonable when a group of adventurers are just like, "Welcome, or hello, greetings," and he's like, "I don't what, fuck off."
Exactly.
But then he escalated it.
Yes. So that was a really great. Yeah, he called us tourists. That's right. He did call us tourists.
Oh, he did call you tourists.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yes,
maybe he was more of a dick than I thought.
He's a little shit. So Jacquette roasts him in a most spectacular way. And then Fiora takes the stage and has a rather dark kind of song that she does. It's uplifting and frightening at the same time. It's got kind of like a haunting tone, and she's condemning the greedy / the rich of Stony Heath, and just completely mesmerizes her audience, as she is wont to do as a bard.
Yes. And she's a College of Whispers bard, is what Jacquette discovers through the way that she's manipulating the audience by making her music more haunting and frightening to them.
After that performance, the party's kind of like winding down before getting accommodations for the evening. Sass and Jacquette are bickering again about if it's actually Sass's birthday, and so they make a bet. If Sass wins, Jacquette's going to give her some extravagant gift. If the 6th of Inarum is actually her birthday. If Jacquette wins, Saskia is to leave him alone and stop calling him out on everything. So we'll see how that plays out. So we've got there's some accommodations at the Hero's Scroll. We've got Jacquette in the Royal Celebration Room, which the Hero's Scroll deem their nicest room, but it is mediocre in Jacquette's eyes. So he casts Distort Value on things to make it look nicer, solely for his own enjoyment. The rest of us get the servants' quarter experience, which is bunk beds and Quibble the Jester is there smoking a cigarette. Or getting ready to go to bed for the next day. So we also, this is where my notes get real scarce. The plan. We had come up with this plan. The plan was for Fearn, Septimus, and Bruce to be the parlay group that goes in and meets with the Aradunai group in the mines, while Jacquette, Saskia, and Sal are going to sneak in via Dougal's route, because he has been sustaining them and delivering food for them, so that they can continue their occupation of the mines. So the sneaky people are going in the route with Dougal. And we'll see if they're sneaky backup in case something goes wrong with the discussion. As we start going down the taking Dougal's route into the mines, we find out that he has some sort of crescent necklace that gives him access to the mines, and it was given to him by one of the sorcerers that are within the mine as part of that group that is in there in the mines. When we are en route to the mines via this secret passageway, we have to pass a section that is occupied by the Cutters Brigade. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Who are not, like, they are not working with the Aradunai, but they have a common enemy.
Yeah, and they're working with them in this situation because of their common enemy.
Yeah.
They don't share any values or anything like that.
They have their own agenda.
Yeah.
But as we're passing it, they tell Dougal that boars will be waiting for you as usual, who must be somebody in the mines that takes the delivery from them. And then, so we successfully make it into...
They also have a gnarly guillotine made out of stones.
That's right, because that's how they either, like...
kill or maim those who betray them.
Yes.
Yeah, because you could put a head in there, but you could also put a leg or a foot or an arm or a finger.
Sure can.
It's funny, I was talking to Stefan today during D&D, and one of the people we play with goes, "Oh, so they're called the Cutters, but they crush people." And I was like, shut up.
Nathaniel calls them the Crushers, just to be
to be contrarian.
Yeah. So the sneaky people successfully make it in. Sass is invisible. Sal is invisible. Did I cast invisibility on Sal?
No, you made Sal invisible, yeah.
So he and I are invisible, and Jacquet,
yes, that's right.
Jacquet is very stealthy, but was able to stealth knock out one of the guards that were down there and use his disguise self. Or no, I have Mask of Many Faces. Was it disguise self?
He used
or the disguise kit?
No. He has a feature that allows him to mimic people's voices.
Right. So
he mimicked Dougal's voice.
He did that
to get the guy to come up.
Right, but then he stealth knocked him out. But then he assumed the appearance of that guard.
Well, Jacquet also knows Mask of Many Faces.
Oh, okay.
Or he knows disguise self, which is what Mask of Many Faces is.
Is right. Yeah.
You can cast it at will. He needs to use spell slots.
Yeah. So he used disguise self to assume this visage of the guard so that he could continue further into the mine. And Sass and Sal are closely following behind Invisible. And then Fionn and Septimus and Bruce went in the main entrance with Marion for the parlay. They started a conversation. They met Altair, who was had like, I think you described him as like kind of like it was like a wild vibe.
Yes. Yeah, he was in like rags.
Yeah.
Like he was not wearing like not even just like regular rags. His like cloak was like sewn together from rags, as opposed to like one like big tarp. He wore no shirt under it. He wore it almost like a poncho, and he just had like bare essentials basically. And he had a tangle of hair, and it looked like the only part of his beard he shaved was like sort of the mustache. He kept it kind of like all around here. Yeah, that's how I describe it.
Yeah. And then they also met. This is the very last note I have, and all it says is bunny mask. And it was one of the sorcerers, I think, that had a very... Nope. Okay. Wasn't the sorcerer?
Not a sorcerer.
Damn.
No. She had two big-ass swords.
Oh.
She was following them in the dark.
The creepy lady. Is she the creepy lady?
Yes. Yes. The only reason... Well, Bruce was the only one who saw her at first.
Right,
because of and she's in the dark. She never left the dark. She followed them in the dark the entire time. And they only noticed her at the end because Bruce pointed her out, and it was basically just this outline of a bunny mask, and she was watching them the whole time in a very creepy way.
Yep.
I have to fix the mini because it doesn't have a leg, but I have several failed prints of her.
Ooh. Oh, cool. Ooh, that is creepy. Love it.
Yeah, this is the model that printed her whole body, but her head. So I have to get.
Do you have to like Frankenstein it, or are you just printing it again?
I'm gonna have to Frankenstein it because this is the best model. It just doesn't have the head, so I have to take the head off the other one. But she's got these two badass swords.
Cool.
And she is just a freaky lady.
Cool.
Here's Altair.
Oh. Cool.
Then there's a draconic sorcerer that they mentioned was in there.
That's cool.
And then there's the knight that they mentioned.
Yep.
Who is actually over there. And here's a failed print of him. Who looked like a younger fellow. And then there's a fairy sorcerer.
I have it in my notes. It's creepy lady, 2 sorcerers, and a knight.
Which is correct.
Yep.
And then Altair.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. Those are my notes. That's all I got. Did I miss anything?
I mean, I'm sure there's something, but that's the run of it. I mean, I guess the one thing would be good is to talk about the actual conversation they had with Altair. He agreed to let them talk to Diana Nettle.
Right.
And the conversation was kind of awkward, but they didn't necessarily get his trust. They're still kind of like, I don't know about you guys, but basically they're allowing them to observe or see the artifact before larger negotiations.
Yes. And that's going to happen start of session tomorrow.
Yes. Start of session tomorrow is the rest of them entering the room while you and Jacques are placed. So you'll be able to like kind of see them enter at the start of next session. So, Shannon.
Yes.
Speculate wildly.
Aye, Captain. All right. Tomorrow can go really well or really bad. And honestly, it's going to depend on the dice rolls.
Yeah.
Because I'm planning on when they... Because is the artifact in like a separate room?
So you'll have better vision of it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But basically it's like the artifact is in the back of the space.
Okay.
So sorry. There's the donut room, which is the room where it's 2 paths that go around a central pillar of rock. Beyond that path, past your field of vision where you currently are, is the room where the artifact is.
Okay.
And it's less so another room and more so like just like another area that juts off of the main chamber.
Okay. So there's not like a separate door or to go through?
No. It's just deeper in the tunnel, basically.
Got it. All right. So my plan is to stealth over there, invisible, and either and listen to whatever the hell's going on over there. Maybe investigate the artifact and see if I can glean any more information. And then I guess we're just and I guess Saskia hasn't seen it yet, so I don't know how. But is it big? I guess I wouldn't know that.
No, you would know because it was described to you as being very large, and more of a like cylinder that goes from the floor to ceiling. So I think in the mind of the Arduni, I imagine they're kind of like, because the way it's been described is almost like they're trying to get Nettle to open it for them.
Get whatever's inside.
They're either trying to get what's inside or release what's inside. Because I'm sure in their minds, they're like, if we release what's inside, we can leave. Because it's gone, it's out. We don't need to worry. We did our duty, yeah. So that's, I guess, sort of something to think about is like, you know, your job is just to get rid of the Arduni. Like, it doesn't matter how you do it.
And that was
Which Jacques made a big deal of making sure you all remember that because you all were talking and you're planning as if you had to, like, do something with the artifact or had to kill someone or get certain things. But at the end of the day, as long as there's no Arduni or cutters in the mine, you guys are good.
Resume operation.
Exactly.
I don't think we can do that without doing something with the artifact.
Yeah, so like the Arduni are going to refuse to leave unless something is done with the artifact. Fiora promised to let you guys study it if you give it to her.
Right, but if it's huge, how we gonna do that?
That's part of the
that's part of the puzzle.
Figuring shit out.
Yes.
Which is exactly what next session will be. And this is the thing. You guys are gonna be, I feel like you guys are gonna be walking on eggshells next session.
Oh yeah.
Where like especially how Altair was, like he was talking like a very somewhat deranged. He wasn't saying deranged things, but he's got that clearly vibe. Had the he would have, as you said in campaign 1 about a character,
culty vibes.
Culty vibes, yeah.
Culty vibes.
And Fiora said he's really narcissistic.
Yeah. And
like he's almost like the kind of person who has like I'm on a mission from God vibes. The others in there are his followers, based on what Fiora said. They're all Aradunai, but they're a sect within that is like much, much more aggressive. They do seem, from Septimus, Fearon, and Bruce's interactions with them, somewhat, you might say they seem above their pay grade with this operation, which is why the Cutters are involved. In too deep, thank you. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
They're in too deep. Like the young knight was so incredibly nervous the entire time, interacting with Fearon and them, because Fearon and them are representing the negotiations of the people above.
Right.
So like they look at these 3 people as like, oh, they're trying to bring outsiders in to soften us up. And it's like, think about if you, Shannon, were really in that situation, like as a person who's following a leader, and you've somehow successfully taken over a mine. That's and you didn't terrifying. Know, and you hadn't.
I don't know what's
and
next.
You hadn't. And you exactly. They're the dog that caught the car.
Yeah.
And so, and Altair is their leader, and they're like, he's gonna tell us what to do.
Right, but he doesn't seem like he knows what to do.
The way he's talking seems like he knows how to talk, but maybe not know what to do next.
Yeah.
Which is why they kept. You can assume is why they kept Diana Nettle.
Right.
Is like they're like, we don't know what to do with this artifact. So we know something has to be done with it. You're the scientist here, basically.
Yeah.
The Cutters are just happy the mine's closed.
Right.
And in their control.
Yeah, because that's their goal is to keep the mines. Is to affect the people who own the mines, right? Which is they want to bleed the money of the guilds, so that the guilds just can't operate. Right.
And so that the peaceful option is the guilds leave.
Right.
Or not the guilds, the investors. The peaceful option is the investors leave and sell the mine or abandon it. And the violent option is that they kill the investors eventually and take the mine. Because the Cutters want to own the mine.
Was it something like it should be in the hands of the people?
Yes. They are essentially the types that they started off with very good intentions, but lived outside of the law for so long that they acquired a taste for the power of violence and crime. So they are a bit too brutal and dictatorial about their methods, that their original mission was probably the right thing to do. The workers should own the mine, the town should own the mine, not people from Halcyon and the capital. But now it's more like where we want to just be in power because we've tasted the ability to make people fear us, and we want to keep making people fear us.
Am I wrong in thinking it's got kind of like a Hunger Games vibe where like they're District 12 or they're the districts rebelling against the capital?
That's a good summation of it. Yeah. It's a parallel for sure. And then the capital extracted resources from the district to sustain itself and to keep them starving. Is a similar thing. I would say Stony Heath's not starving by any means, but their economy is certainly being sapped by these investors. These miners essentially have started off with stalwart goals of being like, we're gonna rebel and take control of the mine and restore it to the ownership of the town and the people, or at least of the workers. But now they've reached a point where their leadership structure is very more fascist, I would say, than like workers' rights. And that their leader Boers is like, no, I'm in charge now, and we're in charge, and people are gonna do what we say, as opposed to a collective. But yeah, so that that's that.
Yeah.
So what do you think the artifact is?
I think it's holding an elemental.
So we've got a few propositions. We've got the elemental proposition. Jacquet gave an interesting proposition where he said there might be a machina in there. Septimus has his own inclinations he has not shared with the party, because he has claimed to have seen something like this before.
Did he share that with the group?
I think he shared at least that he had seen something like this, but not what he had seen or what he thought it was.
Yeah. In my mind, and like the way I'm picturing it, and I don't even know if it's right, but I'm picturing it as this like black crystal with like orange sparkles in it, a cylinder.
So it's a cylindric. It is black.
Yeah.
I did describe it as being sort of like an obsidian black.
Yeah.
With gold flecks and veins in it. So close.
Yeah.
But it's got a marble. It's almost like marble, the way marble has the veins of color through it. It's like marble, but with gold.
Yeah. Does it look like does it look like it could have been part of a building?
It does look like it came with. So the way I described the space that it was in was it looks like a room completely teleported into the rock.
I do remember you saying that. Yeah.
So like where like a carved stone floor meets living or organic rock that has formed. Yeah. Like something just like as if like I put my hand through this and I could move, like say I could phase through real things, and I put my hand halfway through, but then my hand stopped phasing. Yeah. And we were just stuck together.
Gotcha. I see. Yeah. I have more questions, but I'll save that for Saskia investigating tomorrow.
Yes. The other thing I think to remember is Diana's research. The star. Right. In the sky.
The star in fact, that wasn't moving.
A star that appears to be, and the reason it wasn't moving is because.
Hang on. I was part of that group.
Yep, because remember, it's not moving in the sky.
New star,
the same reason.
Maybe getting closer. Maybe not a star. Maybe it's a divine being.
It's like a tornado.
Okay. Oh, there it is.
So what do they say about tornadoes?
Blinked the room into existence. There's also, they found something on the chalkboard. Hold on. I don't think I have anything about tornadoes.
Oh, I didn't mention. No, you shouldn't. I didn't mention. I'm saying this in like real time. Like, do you know what they say about tornadoes that look like they're not moving?
No.
They say they're coming right towards you.
Oh, really?
If you're out and there's a tornado and you look at it and it looks like it's not moving,
it's coming right.
It's because it's coming towards you.
Huh. There was something written. Written on in her notes.
Lacuna.
Yeah, and that does that have anything to do with Arden, Lacuna Reef?
Not necessarily. Oh. It's more just that it is a word. Said it. I know you did.
I was like, oh.
But Lacuna is what was on the chalkboard with the visions.
Did you hear what I said?
I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I did. Yeah. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to change the pronunciation of that to Lacuna, just to stop that. Because Lacuna is a real word. I didn't just make it up for Lacuna Reef. But yeah, the visions on the chalkboard started like. You don't know what they are. Right. You just know that she drew those images on the chalkboard.
Images of clowns/circus folk. There's a neutral face, half chalkboard, half colored in. There's a humanoid with energy exploding out, an hourglass, a machina face surrounded by gears. Those all different things. Yeah. Yeah. And then Lacuna.
But she said in her notes that she thought the star might be connected to the.
There's Great Storm.
Artifact.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead and say that.
Yeah. Also, like, connected the there it is. Object discovery might be connected to the star in some way, as well as the Great Storm of last year. I also have, is it a machina ? And then the room, it blinked the room into existence. I have that in here. I do.
Yes, you guys didn't see that. That's how she described it.
Ta-da!
Yes, thank you. That clarifies. You guys didn't see what that looks like, but she described it as that.
Yes.
Cool. Excellent.
I have pretty good notes on that.
That's actually, yeah, those are some good notes.
My DM said I did a good job.
Okay, I mean, I think that's pretty much as we can get for now until we learn more tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Me too. I
I
love little like there. It feels like we're coming to the climax of the mystery here, of what's going on and what this we're in what's called the rising action. If this was a novel, we are in the rising action, approaching the climax.
Correct. We are in the oh man, I have a system for my own writing that I have that's from something. I don't remember.
I believe
we're in the it's whatever it is basically a synonym for rising action.
The climb.
The stakes are rising.
Yes. They are. Tensions are
This
rising.
is as far as I've gotten with Sass.
Oh,
sure.
Look at those boots. Look awesome. Ooh, the cloak.
Yeah, I got the purple in the. She's a little like sash right here. The feather.
Yeah. Can you take a picture of it and send it to me?
Sure.
You don't have to do it right now, but yeah.
I shall.
Thank you. All right, Sean. Well, we'll be back here tomorrow night at 6:30, probably a little after, but 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and we'll see what this all culminates to. But our DM needs to go to sleep.
I just got.
You got the sleepies? Did you get the sleepies?
A little bit, yeah. I very quickly ate dinner before this. So I just scarfed down a poke bowl.
Now you're digesting. Rest and digest.
Now my body's like,
night. Yeah, I'm about to go.
And there's something, and you're right, Zabirian. The feng shui of this room, it's great. It is actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot to turn my other light on, but I think I look good like this.
Yeah, you do.
Too bright.
Yeah, it's too bright for tonight's stream. Whereas I've got the brightness for the both of us because I can't fucking balance this for anything. I don't know. So you just get to see the mess of the playroom that is behind me. But, all right, friends. We'll see you tomorrow night. Hopefully.
Yeah.
And if not, on YouTube. Say goodnight, Sean.
Good night.
See ya.